Frankie de Jong have extended his contract to the year 2029. This is good. And now that that of Frankie de Jong is a done deal, and we are expecting that of Eric Garcia to also be a done deal because the club is actually trying to extend Eric Garcia's contract. So while Frankie de Jong was, renewing his contract, journalists asked him a lot of questions. A lot of questions were asked, you know, to Frenkie de Jong concerning the situation in the club and what you think about the game against Villarreal in the United States of America, and also looking at the captaincy of the club and everything. The rumor that he was about leaving Barcelona to Manchester United and everything that has to do with the club, right? So he has a lot to answer. But one thing that I said that actually caught my attention was this particular question that was thrown to him. Now he said, this question is, there has been a lot of talk over the years about your salary. Can you confirm to us that you actually reduce it? That was the question. He said, I won't tell you what I am earning. There has indeed been a lot of talk, but I think, and I have said this more than once, that what was said about my salary was greatly exaggerated, and the figures that was published were never accurate. I also think that those figures slightly affected people's perception of me because when they read the newspaper that Frankie earns this much and that he is the highest paid player in the team, they started looking at me differently. I think your press fault, that it is the press fault that actually propagated those rumors. Now I'm very happy because if I weren't, I wouldn't have never renewed my contract, and the club is happy too. This is what he's saying, right? So they went further. So many questions, right? Let me give you all the things he said. Now, do you consider yourself an underrated player? Many of your teammates and other players take your name when asked to pick an underrated player. And do you ever feel that when the team loses, you become the main target of criticism? Why when the team wins, even if you play well, you don't get enough recognition? They see this kind of question. Now he said, I don't feel underrated by my teammates, coaches, or anyone inside the club. I think that's more of a thing for you guys, the journalists. In the end, everyone has their own opinion. And that is the beauty of football. Everyone see it from a different perspective. But within the club, from my teammates and everyone around me, I don't feel underrated. On the contrary, I feel fully appreciated. They see how these journalists they ask questions, very provocative question. But I enjoy how this guy answers these questions, right? They went further. Now this is about the captaincy. He said, Frankie, how do you feel to be a Barca captain? He said, I feel huge honor to be among Barca's captain. I try to set the right example and offer advice to those who want it. I won't change my personality. I have always been the same, but you realize your choice carries more weight in the dressing room. I love this guy's answer. Now they went further by asking him about the Barcelona and Villarreal match that be happening in Miami, United States in December. He said, Frankie, changing his opinion on the Miami outing for Barca, he once said something concerning that he does not like the idea. Now they repeated that question again to him to see whether he have a contrary view or maybe he has changed his view or whatever he feels about that game concerning Villarreal in US. Now he said this, we are players and we have to play wherever it is decided. It is not up to us to choose where we play. I have already given my opinion on the matter. That hasn't changed, but in the end, we will have to play there. Very, very mature guy. Very, very mature guy. Very, very mature guy. Now, I think in all of these interviews, so many provocative interviews here and questions, if I ask me, and the way he went about answering them. But I love this guy, and seeing him renew his contract actually is a relief, right? And seeing that the club is struggling financially to sign players and having him to renew his contract is more like, signing a new player because De Jong has been in the rumor for a very long time that he wants to leave, and we have had rumors of him trying to not to reduce his wages because ever since we have seen players that have agreed to reduce their wages. Even while Busquets was in the team, we saw how Busquets reduced his salary significantly. We saw how PK reduced his own. We saw that some player Jody Alba before they left the club, right? So De Jong was becoming an issue. I think that was why he had to let his agent leave. He had to sack his agent so that they will have room and have this common understanding with Barcelona. Because ever since then, it has been a stumbling block between him and his agent. His agent has been the one blocking that negotiation with Barcelona. Now that this has been agreed, now De Jong will be earning lesser than what he's been earning before. I think it's a good one. That issue has come to an end, and he has agreed to sign his contract and renew till 2029. It's a good one though. Tell me what to think about this in the comment section, guys.